Hi everyone, it's Sierra Starlight, and if you want a shirt like VIXX is wearing in this picture or that I'm wearing here, stay tuned for a tutorial about how to create a shirt just like this. As you can see, it has VIXX on the top and then Robux in the middle, and then at the bottom it has promotion for Eternity, the 4th single on it. But I decided that I'm going to leave that bottom part off and just write the VIXX and the Robux on the front. The original time that it took me to create the shirt was about an hour and 30 minutes. It could be shorter or longer depending on the person or whether they decide to take breaks in between it. And I obviously cut this video down to only bring out the key points of how I did it. So what you will need is a plain red t-shirt. It can be any size that you want. I decided to get a men's large shirt so that it hangs off me, and I find that men's shirts tend to hang off more than women t-shirts. They tend to cling more, and I want mine to look as similar to VIXX's as possible. I got it for about $3 at Walmart or somewhere. It's really cheap. In this photo you can see that Leo is wearing that shirt too, and on the back you can see that his name, his initials are on there, T.W. Jung, and then the date that he was born, the 10th of November, is on there. And so I struggled to decide whether I wanted to make a shirt just like his with his name on it or a shirt with my name on it. But eventually I decided that I was going to put my name on it. In addition to this red t-shirt, you're going to need some fabric paint, and right here I have a white fabric paint that I've used previously before on t-shirts, like the VIXX Robux shirt that I created like a year and a half ago. There's a tutorial here on my channel. I know many people haven't watched it, and that's okay. So anyway, I have this white paint, and I think I'm just going to use that one by itself, and I have the black one in case I wanted to do the outline of the lettering. In the end, I decided just not to use this black paint at all, and because it's just pure white, and it worked out fine. And if your pack comes with some red fabric paint, you might want to use that to cover up any mistakes that you might make with your white paint, because when it dries up you're not going to be able to see the red paint on top of the red fabric of this t-shirt. Now if you want to pin your shirt down so that it's easier to work with, I would recommend you do that. I don't think that I'm going to need to pin mine down because I'm pretty stable with my drawing. And you might want to use a ruler to draw out Robux's face because he's very angular, but if you want it to come out completely even, you should probably measure out your lines. So what I am doing here is that I am measuring a straight line at the top of the shirt, and I'm going a little bit closer to the collarbone than it is on VIXX's shirt because I want my Robux to be a little bit bigger on my shirt than it is on theirs, because I am omitting the lettering at the bottom, so I want Robux to take up more of the shirt. And so I am going across the top, and I'm thinking that I want to have it at least 12 inches across on the shirt. So what I am doing, I am taking my white fabric paint and I am beginning to do the lettering. Or you can just eyeball it, or you can measure it out. And what you can do is you can take a Q-tip. You can take a Q-tip and smear in the paint. Like that. And you just keep doing that until it's all colored in once you have your outline. You can keep adding more paint as you see fit. Just until all the red is completely gone. I'm just going to outline it first. to make sure I have them where I want to be. Okay, right here it's gonna get a little bit more tricky. I'm gonna continue on making a diamond shape between the X's. And now VIXX's new logo has this little lightning thing. If you can see it, you can see it better on Ann's picture. That's that little lightning sign right there, going across the X. Hey, cutie. So I'm gonna draw that on here. Before I connect my next X, I'm going to just extend this line. And then we're just gonna come down all the way to like the middle of where the bottom of this X is gonna be. And then I'm gonna connect this one. And bring the X up. And then extend this one at an angle. And then bring it up and over like here. And then I'm gonna go back down one more time so that it kind of not quite lines up with this one, but like a little bit off. And then we're gonna bring it back up one more time, really short. And then we're gonna just extend it out really long. I didn't quite extend it as far as I want. If you don't extend it as far as you want, just bring it over. And this is easy to wash off with water before it dries. So if you make a mistake, just remember you can like wipe it off really quick with a rag and some water. Okay. So you're gonna finish drawing your X. I know it looks kind of strange right now, but it'll come together in a minute. You come down, and you just finish drawing your X on out. And there you go. Make sure you leave a space between here. I know it's gonna be hard to do, but between here and here, leave a space of red. I'm gonna take a Q-tip and go between it like that. But when you fill it in, just make sure you color this part white darker than right here. Then you can tell there's like a little split between the X and the lightning sign. Okay, so I'm just gonna color this top part in first. So I've started drawing VIXX freestyle because I didn't feel like doing all of that measuring. And it's been 2 years, so we know what VIXX is supposed to look like. So I'm just going ahead and draw him on there the way I see fit. And if you get some of the white where the red's supposed to be, remember I said you can use the red paint to cover the red spots where it's supposed to be red at, or you can just wipe it off with a rag and some water. You probably want to do both if you don't want to leave any residue on there. So what I'm doing here after I freehand drew the aerobics on the shirt is filling in a few more spaces that are not quite as dark as the rest of the shirt. So I'm just putting in the white paint and then I'm smearing it in with the Q-tip. So now what I'm doing here is that I got impatient waiting for the shirt to dry. You can just let it sit and dry for a couple of hours to make sure that the paint is dry so that when you flip it over it won't smear, but I decided to use a blow dryer to go over the paint. And you're going to want to make sure that it has the cool setting instead of the heat setting, because when you put more heat on it, it's either going to make it melt and that would be harder to dry. So if you have the cool setting, make sure you press down and use the cool. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm finally getting ready to put my name and stuff on here. I'm going to put my initials for my first and middle name and my last name on there. And then I'm going to put 01 for my birth date, and which is like the opposite of Leo's, which is 10. And I think that's pretty cute. So you just see me freehand drawing the name on there. I don't really care about measuring it at all. Because to me the focal point would be the front of the shirt. And if you want to measure it out, that's perfectly fine. And remember, you still have the option of putting your bias's name and initials on there if you want to. I just happened to put my own name on there, and I might even make a second shirt with the bias name on there, so you can pretend like they're couple shirts or something. And you can see I put a little extra embellishment on there just to cover up the entire back part. And it's a star, obviously, for Starlight. And so what I'm going to do is just color in all the letterings, and then that would be it for that. And if you run out of paint, you probably want to make sure that you have enough paint, depending on how long your name is or how thick you want the lettering to be. And I have my lettering pretty thick because my last name is short enough to still fit within the parameter of the shirt. But if you have a longer name, you would probably want to make the letter is smaller and thinner. Okay, now that the name is complete for the most part, at least the outline is, I can go back in and fill in some more color later. I'm writing in the number for the birth date, and like I said, for me it will be 1, so I'm putting the 0 and the 1 here. And you can make it as big as you want to, and you might have to keep adjusting the size to get the size you want. Because I found that I had to keep adjusting it to get the size that I wanted before I colored it in. So I know that I made this shirt at least a week ago, so I'm very sorry that it took me that long to upload this video. But at least it's up in time before Korea's next game. And so what I'm doing here is pretty self-explanatory. I'm filling in all the spaces that need paint and darkening it as much as possible, as long as I have paint out, as long as the paint allows me to before I run out. And when I started doing the numbering, I found it kind of hard to squeeze the paint out of the tube. But like right here, you can see me like struggling to get the paint out. So next time if I did a shirt, I would probably have 2 of the same color handy on me. But anyway, I find this a lot cheaper to make your own shirt using paint rather than like going to a print shop and then having it made there. Or if they eventually do sell these shirts, yeah, I guess you can buy from there, but it would take you too long to get it, and by then the World Cup would be over. Okay, so when this shirt is done, the finished product will be a shirt that is very similar to the ones that VIXX wore, and then you can have a shirt to wear whenever Korea plays, and you can help VIXX cheer for Korea at the World Cup. So thanks for watching this tutorial, and I hope that it helped you to create a shirt like this or inspired you to make some other kind of t-shirt of your own. And then until next time, bye, see you later.